Hey there, it's Daniel Gyomory, your local realtor, and today I just want to talk about occupancy and what exactly is occupancy. Pretty simple idea. I just want to kind of bring it up now so that if you're looking to buy or sell a home, you'll be prepared and you'll know what to look for. So what is occupancy? Basically, it determines who's going to occupy a home after closing, if any. A lot of times there's no occupancy. Buyers and sellers, meet up at closing, exchange keys, and everybody moves on and they're all happy. If there is occupancy, it's just that the seller's going to need a little bit of time after closing. And you might think, well, why would they need any time? They're selling their house, get out. Let's say they're buying a new house and they don't close on that one for another week or two. They're going to need that bit of, a little bit of time plus maybe a weekend or so to move their stuff. So you can kind of see when it might come into play. So why is that important? If you're selling your home, you're obviously going to want to tell your agent if you are buying a new home, when you're closing, etc. So you can, kind of get your timeline ready and your scheduling for moving and all that kind of stuff. So you know when you're going to actually move. If you're a buyer, you're going to want to know the same thing. Can I move in immediately at closing, or do I need to still have some living arrangements for another couple weeks or a couple months, depending on the circumstances, before I can actually move into that house? So you can see why you'd want to know that up front. And this is all, it should be very common knowledge. If a seller needs some time, they're going to tell everybody that. The buyer should know that when they put the offer in, and they can negotiate that. And there's also going to be a daily rate, so the seller's going to pay the buyer a certain amount of money per day for staying there, because the buyer's going to own it at closing. They're going to start paying their mortgage. If the seller needs some time, they're going to be expected to pay the buyer for that time. And it is all negotiated, and it's in the purchase agreement, so it's pretty simple. Once in a while, you might be able to negotiate the occupancy for free. Maybe you have a really nice buyer, or they really like your house, and you had multiple offers, etc. But don't count on it. Plan on paying a little bit to cover the the buyer's mortgage, at least for being there. So hope that makes sense. Pretty typical, pretty common. It's not very not very difficult to figure out. It's just if a seller needs some time, they're going to stay there, and how much are they're going to pay the buyer in order to do so. So let me know if you have any questions. You want to be prepared. You want to make sure you know what you're getting into. If you're a buyer and you think you're showing up to closing and the U-Haul's packed, but you're not moving in for another couple weeks, you can see the problems you might have. And if you're a seller and all of a sudden a couple days before closing, your agent goes, oh, remember, you got to have all your stuff out and the keys exchanged at closing, you're going to be frantically trying to figure out what you're going to do and where you're going to live in order to get out on time. So hope that makes sense. Let me know if you have any questions regarding the occupancy or how that would affect you if you're personally getting ready to make a move, or if you have any other questions regarding buying or selling real estate, please reach out to me. Be happy to help in any way that I can. Thanks so much for watching again, and we'll talk soon.